Hey dolls, welcome to Pinkies podcast. This episode may contain some naughty language, so if you're a delicate doll, bye bitch. But before you go, please hit like and subscribe. Thanks, honeys. Hi, welcome to Pinkies podcast. That was really terrible. I'm not doing that. Let's do it again. Hello, welcome to Pinkies podcast. Thanks for coming back. I am so excited about my guest today. It is the fabulous, the iconically dressed, vintage queen, Sadie, aka Sarah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So I feel like I usually start with how we met, but I feel like we need to tell everybody about the Sadie Sarah situation.
Yeah, it's probably a smart idea.
Yeah. So where does that come from?
Sadie's actually a nickname my dad gave me.
Really?
Yeah.
So cute.
So it's like, I don't know. Back in the day, my dad's old. My dad's like OAP now.
All right.
But he says back in the day, Sarahs were known as Sadies.
Really? Is that a Scottish thing? Is that a Scottish thing, Paul?
I did not know that.
Is it?
I did not know that either.
Yeah, because what's your grand's name, Paul? That's the same thing, isn't it?
She's Nancy. Agnes.
Senga.
Senga.
Yeah,
I was always like, who's... Because he used to write that on her cards and I was like, who? What?
Senga.
What a weird...
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, it's an old lady name or the nickname for Sarah. So,
Love
ever
that.
since then, probably about the age of what, I was a teen, called me Sadie. And he still calls me Sadie. So much to the point that it got to when my nephew started talking, he calls me Auntie Sadie. So it's just stuck.
But see, like, when you got married, was it Sadie Sarah or was it just Sarah?
No, it's Sarah.
At the legal level, it's Sarah.
It was Sarah, but even Jade was like, when we were doing our vows, Jade was like, I was so close to saying Lowdown because that's her nickname for me. And I was just like,
That's so cute. Well, there you go. That is that one put to rest. Now we know. Now
So
we
it's a
know.
nickname, yeah.
I feel like that's a major exclusive for this podcast.
yeah, I think it is.
the
I don't
way.
think anyone knows that.
There you go.
Yeah,
See?
perfect.
Watch this, honey. So we talked a little bit about Jade there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd always like to, you know, people say you're better half.
Yeah, I don't
I
like that
hate
either.
that.
Or
I
other
hate it.
half, as if you're not complete until you find someone. I don't like that either.
No, but you're just better together.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, that's my better half, but you are better in
Better
yourself together. But I don't like that either.
No, I don't like
I feel
it
like it makes you sound like an incomplete human.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. I don't like that.
And we're not. I mean, I know you're short, but do you know what I mean?
Well,
You're still complete.
You're still
You
complete.
know? You're still complete to me. You're still complete to me. It's so funny because if we talk about how we met, I'll say it from my side. So I remember you popping up on a live because we both do live sales on Instagram, mainly Preloved fashion. And well, it is Preloved. It's all Preloved. If it's vintage or if it's new with tags, it's been Preloved at some point.
Yep.
And so you popped up when I was like adding people. I think maybe I was on, was it Arsenic and Teas live, and you popped up, and it was in the days where you could hit the number chart at the top and you could add everybody.
Yeah, you could follow. I remember
it's
that.
so
yeah.
hard now. You have to like come out of it and
go back
it's
in,
so annoying. So I remember seeing you. I thought, oh, I like that picture. So I clicked on you and I think we had a bit of a chat because I think we liked the same thing or something. And as soon as I saw you pop up on a live, I was like, oh my God, it is Boo from Monsters Inc.
I remember that.
I was like, she is adorable.
Oh God, I'm wearing dungarees today as well.
I love it. I love it. But honestly, I was like, she is the cutest. You literally are the human form of Boo. So good. Have you had that before?
No, usually it's things like Dora the Explorer, Velma Dinkley, Scooby-Doo.
Oh, right,
I actually dressed up as Velma Dinkley one Halloween.
Oh my God, I bet that was iconic.
Yeah.
So good.
I didn't really need to do much, just wear orange.
So good. Because
But
what was the... I was trying to think, as soon as I said it, I think everybody was like, oh my God, yes. So that was become a thing. You just need to do some bunches,
yeah.
I think.
Do little space buns.
Totally. But then, do you remember it that way? Or had you seen me before? Or...
I remember popping onto one of your lives actually, and I think I'd found you through like Rag Trade or something, because
right.
Kay was one of the first people to follow.
Yeah.
And Kay's really good at sharing, which she's just
so
amazing for that.
supportive.
She's a very supportive person.
Yeah.
So she was kind of the one that got me out there a wee bit, and I joined your live. And then I remember you saying something along the lines of, "Oh, what's that noise? Like there's a band outside." And I was like, "A band outside? What was it?" And that's when I realised you lived here.
Yeah. Because obviously I don't
that?
sound like I live in Scotland. I do remember that. And it was the street band thing. Yeah.
So
oh my God.
If you
that's
can
so
hear
funny.
it and I can hear it, are we in the same place?
What a Scottish thing. You're going, you said you could hear a band outside and you were instantly like, she's in Scotland.
Yep.
She isn't. That doesn't happen anywhere else.
Not just anywhere in Scotland, the west of Scotland. I knew instantly.
That is so funny.
And
what?
I remember that conversation. You're like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Where are you?"
That is so funny. Yeah, because people will be like, "Oh, are you from Leeds?" or whatever. And I'm like, "Do I sound like I'm from Leeds?" Absolutely not. I'm a posh Lancashire lass, honey.
Oh yeah, definitely a Lancashire accent.
But I was like, yeah, because I get that a lot, but I'm like, "Oh, I'm in Scotland," and people are like, "What?" Like they just don't comprehend at all. And then I think we first met in person randomly again at the vintage market. Yeah. So then the next time we went for a little bougie lunch together.
Yep.
Fabulous. But that is so funny. There's so many. I actually bumped into somebody yesterday, and it's a guy that I've known since I met Paul, and he's pure Scottish, like proper Scottish. And he was like, "I love your videos," and he's like, I laugh. He's like, he's like so glamorous, and then you say something pure Scottish, and I'm like, oh my God. He said, "I feel like I'm the only one who gets it," and I'm like, no, but see, the Scottish people watching must be howling, because I just pick up slang from everywhere, don't I? Mainly from Paul, but the girls in the salon downstairs, they say things to me and I just repeat it.
Paul with the English accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Who says football? Do you say football?
Football.
Yeah.
Football.
He says football. I don't get that.
Football.
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 The football.
Awful. That's too bad. No. But they've said things to me and I've repeated them, then I've got myself in trouble because I didn't realise it's like a really offensive thing. Like, so yeah, for the Scottish people listening,
it's like
I apologise.
It's one of those languages things that you think sound offensive aren't offensive.
Yeah.
And then the opposite, things that you're like, oh, that. And then,
But then when I go home or when I'm doing a live and there's people and I'll say things and I'm like, gosh, that's really part of my ingrained chat now.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there's someone chapping at the door, or do you know what I mean? Oh, that's pure bogging or whatever. Like I say I all the time. And it's such a funny thing because I remember years ago being really freaked out by somebody saying, have you heard of laugh stealers? And I was like, what is that? Honestly, this is a real thing. So like there's people who literally like they'll become your friend and you chat away and stuff and then they'll steal your laugh. And it's supposed to be like a mirroring thing because they're trying to be your friend.
Right, okay.
But now, see, that's in your head. You're going to be thinking about that
see,
now.
I know it as echolalia because that's an autism trait.
Wow.
An autism and
that.
ADHD trait, so it's a neurodivergent trait.
Wow. What,
So-
to like copy?
Yep, it's called echolalia because,
Oh.
I'm bad at doing that. If I find something funny,
Yeah.
I'll mimic it for at least a week.
Yeah.
Until Jay's like, right, you need to stop.
Because it's repetition.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should talk about that because like obviously I've experienced that because my brother special needs and all different kind of levels. They wouldn't put him in a pigeonhole. So he's many fabulous things.
Neurospicy, that's the word I like to
I
use.
love that. Don't say that because he'll try and crack on to you. Anyway, Ben totally barking up the wrong tree. But yeah, so how does that affect you doing your lives? And do you feel like it has an effect on you?
Believe it or not, neurodivergence is a very new thing for me.
Okay.
So when I first started Sadie's Vintage Gems, it was 2:00 in the morning. Could not sleep.
gosh.
I was actually off on long-term sick from work because of my mental health.
Oh.
So I'm quite open about that.
Yeah.
So that's where it all started. And I wanted that sort of output for my creative side because doing the job that I do, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday.
Monotonous.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring my sparkle back, so to say.
Aw, that's so good.
Yeah. Over the kind of first 6 months, I was in and out of doctors, speaking to mental health nurses, got therapy. It was actually my therapist that said to me, have you ever considered that you might be neurodivergent? And blew my mind.
Wow.
And obviously speaking to a lot of the other girls in the community as well, a lot of the other girls have ADHD.
Yeah.
Coco Coast, I absolutely love her. She speaks openly about being a middle-aged woman with autism. So I think with all that combined, it made me start thinking.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been put through the referral process for both ASD and ADHD.
Wow.
So it's been a year of self-discovery, I would say.
Okay. And do you feel like you want, not the label as such, but you just want to know for peace of mind why? Because obviously, I think now, I'm sure you'll agree, it's become a thing where people are like, well, I've got this, or I've got this, and it almost becomes like a badge situation.
It's like a badge of honour.
It's such a weird, well, I'm like this because of this.
Yeah.
But I think if it's affecting you to your disadvantage, where, you know, obviously you've had bouts of depression and things like that, and obviously that's come from this underlying, these syndromes, whatever it is that's in your being. So I think if it affects you in that way, then absolutely. But, you know, like, I think sometimes, because, you know, and I say it all the time, I think some people get really annoyed with me, but I'm like gratitude. Gratitude is, if you feel grateful, you cannot feel any other emotion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because you think, well, I'm really
that.
grateful for this, and you suddenly get a lift. And I understand there's people sitting there and in pain and all these problems and things like that. And you think, it's funny because you are literally being diagnosed and you're not sitting there like that. You're like, I'm on this discovery to know why I feel this way.
Exactly.
But you don't let it get you down.
No.
You
It's
know?
all about understanding, putting the bits together, especially through therapy. That was intriguing, going back to dark places in childhood. And it's like the bits of the puzzle.
Piecing it together.
It just starts to
Absolutely.
make sense. So now I'm in a place where I'd no longer get anxious or mask.
Yeah.
Because actually, that's just how my
just you.
brain thinks.
Yeah.
So,
and it's such, because I've watched so many documentaries on this, I find it so interesting. And they say that with girls, it's such a hard thing to diagnose because we mask everything.
Mask.
I mean, I don't want to sit here and go, well, I am probably a lot of things until it starts to really affect me badly. I mean, I feel like, I'm not going to say the words, but there was a certain time in life when we were all at home. I just feel like it's dominated this podcast and it's really annoying me. But it comes up every time. But I mean, it's the biggest thing that's happened in our lifetime, you know. But I think at that point, it was dark. Like, it was dark for me. Like, I am a people person. I cannot survive if I do not have interaction. So it was bad. But I think a lot of the things started coming out. And I actually saw a herbalist. And she was incredible. Shout out to Green Tree Remedies. She's absolutely amazing. And there was all sorts of things, like I had skin reactions and just crazy things. And your body just going, but I'm not the person. I would never be like, oh, I'm really upset today, or I'm really like this. I'm just like, duh, showbiz. Because I've been brought up that way. Because, and that's nothing to say bad about my mum. I wouldn't say parents, but my mum, because I think I was just wanting to be showbiz from like 5. I was like, I want to dance. People would be like to my mum, you're pushing that child. Like, you're a pushy mum. And she's like, no, she's a pushy child. She wants to do this. So it is that thing of my masking is just going, camera on, let's go. You know,
like a switch in your head.
Yeah. You don't let it show. You know, you can't. It's like, if you're on stage, I've literally been on stage and pulled my hamstring. The most painful thing ever, and carried on like nothing. I might have had some red cheeks.
Yeah, I'd have been a puddle.
But yeah, I was just like, let's go. But it is such a thing, because have you watched the documentary about was it Paddy McGuinness's wife?
No.
So you need to watch that. It's really good. Because her and her children, I think it's autism and ADHD. I think it's a bit both, but they talk a lot about masking and how in schools now they're starting to hopefully
School
see
is
this.
not the best days of your life.
It is awful.
It's the worst.
Isn't it? And you know what? we're saying that, and look at us now, honey.
I know.
Look at us now.
Yeah.
It is not the be all and end all. School is not your life, is it?
No.
That's what I'm so glad you've said that, because my schooling was horrific. I was bullied beyond belief by not only the kids but the teachers. It was really awful. I feel like I should really go into that on a separate podcast, because that is a lot.
I'll come back for that.
We'll come back for that one. School haters. But I think it's such a thing to talk about, because there's so many kids that have a hard time now.
Oh yeah.
And they think, I mean, there's suicides. It's awful. It's awful, because they think, well, if I'm not good at this, that's me done then.
I'm a failure.
It's awful. And you just think, gosh, do you know what? I'll tell you right now, I have no GCSEs. I left school, no GCSEs, went straight to college. And this is one thing I think that has been good, that schools have started to turn into colleges, so that they're now introducing kids to a trade and going, well, you might not be academic, but
vocational
what about
skills?
this? Exactly. I mean, look at Richard Branson. Hello. Do you know what I mean? One of the richest men in the world, and he's like, has so many like cognitive issues and all the rest of it, and it's like, but look at him. It doesn't matter, as long as you have a passion, like
a good idea, and the urge, just the sheer drive, determination, and the resilience to do it.
And it doesn't matter what's going on inside. Doesn't matter how many badges you've got on.
And I think that's got a lot to do, and it comes all the way back full circle when it comes back to mental health.
Exactly.
Because we don't teach kids how to look after themselves properly.
No. And this is the thing, and we know that obviously there's kids out there with not a great home life as well. So it's so difficult. And I think you're so right. I think you've just got to focus on you, and not in a selfish way and pushing other people away, but just do what you're passionate about. Do what you enjoy,
and don't care, and just don't care what other people think.
Exactly. And and if you do need help, get it. Like, and how do you feel about that? So you were talking about getting the therapy and things like that. Do you think it was really easily accessible in Scotland?
They make it hard. And they make it hard because you need to go through a lot of loopholes.
Okay.
And if you're in a really shitty place, it is so easy for you to just completely fall out of the system. It takes for you missing one letter and one deadline to just confirm, I'm good for that appointment. It takes that for you to then be kicked out of the full system. I think this time round, don't want to talk about lockdown, but coming out of lockdown, being back at work, I had a lot of personal trauma to go through. That I hadn't unpacked. And I think with being in lockdown, being in your own bubble and your own space for so long, I didn't want to come out of that cocoon.
Oh, totally.
So I was very, very agoraphobic. Very agoraphobic. To the point where I would only leave the house if I was with Jade.
Wow.
Yeah, really bad. And that's what made, I don't know, it must have been something in my mind that just made me click and was like, I need to do this for me. I need to fix me. Obviously, you don't fix yourself, but get myself in a better place. And it was a switch. I was like, I'm determined. I'm determined to stick it out this time.
Yeah, because you want to be better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was that sheer determination that turned from 5 sessions to 8 sessions to 10 to 15. I ended up completing 25 sessions.
Wow.
And stuck it out.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that I would have. Because I've fallen at the hurdle.
But it's almost like
previously.
It's almost like a new skill. It's like you're going, I'm learning about myself. It's so interesting.
Oh yeah.
It was
eye opening.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. How amazing. It's just, and do you think that's where, so obviously you said you set up your Sadies, Preloved Gems, and then at what stage after that did you go into doing the lives? Like, did you really have to build that up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had to build that up. I was back at work and I'd been watching a lot of the other sellers going live, and I was like, I can do this.
So were you just doing like story sales at that point?
I was doing mostly grid drops at that point, which are so time consuming.
Yeah, oh, totally.
I mean, I do like doing them, but they're so time consuming. I've got to the point now where I need to bank them.
Yeah.
And then do scheduled posts.
Yeah. Welcome to the world of Preloved sales. People message me and go, I'm thinking about doing this. And I'm like, right. Well, get
Scheduled
ready,
post.
honey. Get ready. And plus you have a full-time job, you know.
Yeah, so I was back at work. I was back at work full time at this point as well. So I'd done a phased returns, back at work full time, working the Monday to Friday and your 9 to 5. And then I thought, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I know that I'm capable of doing it. So I did it, and it instantly came off, and I was like, I can't watch that back. I was like, no, I can't watch that back. And I was like, internally, you know that way you're internally cringing, and I'm like, I didn't say that. Oh
Yeah.
no, I didn't do that.
Have you met me? Oh my God. I literally get myself cancelled every time I do a live. I'm just, oh God, if that's not a good advert for my lives, then I don't know what is. But yeah, some of the things you say, but it's because you're in your own company, isn't it? Do you not think you become so much more unfiltered?
Yeah, that's a
you
scary
definitely
thing.
do. And it's such a, I'll tell you, when I watch you, it's so funny because you think, oh, she's so sweet and she's this sweet girl, and she's like, hey, what the fuck, like, and I'm like, oh my God,
true.
it's so good though. But people love that because it's authentic.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I'm sorry if you don't like swearing. You'll hear at the beginning of this, if you don't like swearing, feck off.
Yeah. One of my favourite swear words is probably one of the most hated swear words.
Oh, is it my mum's least favourite as well? See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it.
I say it all the time. It must be a Scottish thing, do you know? Because I say it all the time.
But it's
now.
like, oh, he's a good cunt.
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's not.
So,
It's not an insult.
what can you say? But it's so funny. And I think that's why, you know, we have such cool chicks on our lives, and we have regular people and then new people that come along because they're probably, have you watched these two? Bloody mad. But I think as well, it's because it's real.
Well, exactly.
You know?
And you can relate.
Exactly. And at this point, the feedback from the podcast has been, it feels like a real chat. Well, because it is, you know,
Yeah.
we're not holding anything back here. Like, I've done TV where I have literally restrained myself because I've gone, you are on telly.
That's
They
back to masking again.
Exactly. They can edit this however they want. Like, and I was so fully aware that I was on camera. But it's so funny now because I know you feel the same when we do these lives. Now it's just second nature, stick the camera on, not bothered. But that first time you do it, you literally feel like you're going to vomit. It's awful.
I remember when I get really anxious, I get that horrible sweaty tacky way, and it's like my tummy goes, and that's what I was like. And I just remember going, right, I need to be on time, and I remember looking at my phone going, right, I've got 1 minute, and I don't know if that's like, so in my brain I've got the autism going, you need to be on time, make sure it's right on the hour, but then the ADHD's like, oh, but you've not done this, remember you've not done that. In my brain I'm going, no,
You put it on and you go, I'm not ready. Hello, I'm not ready.
and you're like, oh shit, I forgot
I know.
my tape measure or something.
It's so bad, isn't it? Or the tape measure don't.
Oh.
Why do tape measures disappear while you're doing a live?
I don't
It's
understand.
like, I don't know. Are they like live fairies or something that just steal the fecking tape measure? Stop it right now. It's so annoying. And we're talking about, so see, like the community. I mean, we've just got to give them their moment, haven't we? Because these women are so unbelievably supportive, and I do believe that it's because of the authenticity.
Yeah.
And that's what people
Agreed.
crave now, because everything on telly is fake. I can tell you that right now. Everything. It's all orchestrated.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you can literally, there's certain things you watch now. And we watched something the other day, I don't know if it was like Four in a Bed or something, like one of these reality shows.
I do love trash reality shows.
Oh,
but-
I mean, so do I. So do I. But you know when you see a guy going, it's like he's gone, aye, and what did you think of breakfast, Sally? And you're like, seriously? You've literally just read that on a freaking card, mate. So bad. But it is that thing, isn't it? I think these women, it's like akin with us. It's like they just go, oh, they're like me. Do you know?
Yeah. But we're all different. We're all equally different.
Exactly.
We all have our own thing. We all have something niche that's specific to what we do. I mean, when I think Pinky, I think bouge. I think sparkle. I do.
Chaos.
And then if you were to say another seller, I'd be like, oh, right, okay, that's what they do. And if you're looking for something specific, you know who to go to find that.
Exactly.
So that's what I love about it. Even though it's a community of, okay, we're in it to make money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But we support each other.
Of course.
And it's all about that, and that's what's amazing about it.
And it's like a shared obsession, because, you know, you think about, it's the same thing, people that collect collectibles.
Oh, don't.
Like,
I collect
cards.
collectibles
Oh god,
too.
yeah, she does that as well.
Yeah.
But do you know, like,
That's a conversation
like,
for another day.
What do you not collect? Pokemon? No, you do. Oh god,
I do
let's
collect,
not go
yeah.
there. Let's not go there.
Pokemon's
but
there.
you know, like,
I've got a
these-
giant Psyduck at home.
Oh my
And a
god,
giant Pikachu.
I love Pikachu. I don't know what the other one is. I mean, we have got your little mascot here
Yeah.
today.
Little Sadie.
So cute,
Mini Sadie.
so cute. But
She
yeah,
actually
it's that
fits in
same.
here, look.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
The
Leave her
dark
in
pouch.
there. Love it. Love it. I mean, we need a moment for your outfit. I mean, we're sat down, so you can't really
Yeah.
see our outfits, honey. But you know, we're rocking it. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, it's just, it is such a thing, isn't it? Like, we all know who to go to for what we want, but it is that thing of, it's almost like it's a shared love of fashion.
Yeah.
No matter what. And the good thing is, it's almost like people just don't know what's coming next.
Exactly.
That's why I think it's dead exciting. I mean, that's kind of why I don't have my rail behind me. I know some people do that, but the most irritating thing for me would be like, excuse me, what's that yellow Sharpie thing at the back of it? And I'm like, fuck off, I'm in the middle of doing it. Do you know, you're just like, I'll get to that.
Excuse me.
It's just like,
I have
but it-
a system. You're ruining my system.
exactly, ADHD. But it's that thing of like, well, just
Yeah.
give me a minute. But you can't, and you know me, I'd literally say on a live, I'm like, I am the human Dory, because I will literally forget what you've just said. So there's no point in you even asking me. Do you know what I mean?
I'm the
'Cause
exact same.
Let's do it right now, and I'm in the middle of showing this. I forgot.
Why do you think
So-
Jade started helping with my life?
Oh my God, I love it. I love that she won't come on camera.
Jade is very much, she likes to remain mysterious. That is her
Yeah.
vibe. She doesn't have social media.
Does she not?
No, she doesn't have social media.
Wow.
She literally, I mean, she has a smartphone. She literally goes on there to read.
Wow.
Read.
Wow.
Yeah.
My God, that's so liberating.
So it's like, our favourite website is Board Panda. Shout out to Board Panda.
Love that.
But you get really random things. So, you know, the things like Amma the Arsehole and stuff like that?
Oh, right. Okay.
She'll be like,
She loves it.
peep this. This is when you know you're
Do you
getting
know-
something
and-
juicy. It's like, oh, peep this.
This is why me and Jade are like this, because I will throw out the most random quotes.
Oh yeah, Jade will get
If
it.
it's movie, TV, whatever it is, and Jade
Any
is
pop
always
culture
on it.
reference.
Yeah, she knows.
She's the best to have in a pop quiz.
and she gets me, because I'll be in a place and I'll say something like that, and everyone's like, what? Cricket? But Jade's like, yeah, honey. Like, she just knows what I'm on about. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love
Usually
her for
when I'm
that.
watching you live, actually, and you say something, Jade will be like, she'll be beside you
She gives it the round neck. She's like, yes, honey. I love that. I love it. And not only, I mean, we're saying doing this to make money. I mean, yeah, this is, you know, that's, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the main thing. We just freaking love to shop, don't we? Like, we love to shop. And the fact that we can then, I mean, we talk about this all the time. We keep our prices really affordable because we want people to have nice things.
Yeah.
You know, and if we can make a couple of quid on top of that, then fine, it keeps my lights on. Do you know what I mean? Like, it keeps us going.
it just funds
But-
my obsession. That's
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, you know, the fact that it's like, I'm going shopping for my business today. And I'm like that. Oh, 10 items for me, 2 items to sell. Like, that's literally me.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's keeping that going. And I mean, other than underwear, I can't remember the last time I bought something new from
Yeah.
an evil store. Like, I can't remember. It's all underwear for me. Can you think?
I'm thinking.
I know, isn't it weird?
Oh, well, I'm wearing new Vans.
Oh, well, shoes.
But I do rescue shoes from all the bargain stores, and you just know that they're going to go end up in landfill at some point if you don't buy them.
Exactly.
So I swoop in because I love a bargain.
I know. And if it's good quality, that's
Well,
what
yeah,
we're about.
yeah.
We're always about that.
I've gone are the days of Primark and Shein, and
I know. Oh, it's
I don't
just,
even know half the
it makes
websites
me feel
anymore.
ill. The amount of waste is just unbelievable. I was actually talking to somebody the other day. I was at a sale and a girl had picked up this jacket and it was something that I really wanted and I couldn't believe it. And she turned to her friend and she was like, and I mean, this jacket was, oh my God, it was like sequins, but like, it looked like it was from the 80s, but it was obviously new, like a copy. And she was like, yeah, I don't know if it's really me, but if I don't wear it, I'll just bin it. I swear to God, I nearly chinned that bitch. I was like, excuse me. And I literally gave her my card and I was like, do not throw that in the bin. I was like, if you don't wear that, I'll pay you double for it. Like, stop it right now. But who in this world is putting clothes in the bin? Stop it.
Oh, no. Even the stuff that's damaged, I recycle. Try so hard to recycle.
Yeah, I mean, but even now, like, so there is obviously like the rags bins and stuff like that, but you know, I mean, there's also, I mean, you can only do your best, like, and just make a change. A little change will literally make a big difference. And also, so you not only do this to make money, you do this to make money for other people. So you do some fabulous fundraising, and I looked at your total last night. You're over £300.
I know, I was well chuffed.
So tell us who you're raising money for.
It's LGBT plus health and wellbeing. So they're a charity in the central belt of Scotland, and they do support groups for LGBT adults and youth over the age of 18. I actually came across them because of my younger brother, who was offered their service through the Sandiford Clinic. So came across them and I was like, this is a really good charity. So they do like meetups for like people that are maybe going through the transition process and they don't know anyone in that sort of community. So yeah, I thought one thing that I really dislike, it's kind of like greenwashing, that what a lot of fashion retailers will do. I hate pride washing. And it's for the month of June, everything's got a slap of a rainbow on it. I know. It really angers me. I think I was in like Poundland or somewhere and there was like a Disney Pride bag and I was like, okay. How much of that money actually goes to a Pride charity? No, they're just jumping the wagon. Exactly. And I love Disney, by the way. I do love Disney, but it is like ridiculous. It'll be like, I don't know, a jar of pickle, and it's got like a rainbow on it now, and it's like pride wash. But it's the same with like, you know, cancer awareness stuff as well, and like the pink month, like October, and they just make pink things and it's like half a pence. I mean, even half a pence, if you're giving to charity, that's amazing, whatever you can give. But I totally know what you mean. It's so infuriating. It is my biggest pet peeve, especially if proceeds don't go to charity. And sometimes these companies that do it are actually behind the scenes funding anti-trans charities or anti-LGBT charities or political parties. So it's criminal. It really boils my blood. Boils your piss. Boils my piss. Yes. No, I can totally understand that. So how do people access that charity then? How does that work? It is a charity, so you can access them through Instagram. They do have an Instagram page. They've got a website, and they've also got an emergency button so that you can click that and it takes you straight off and puts you onto like BBC News or something. Kind of like a lot of the shelter charities do for women. So it's a really good website. And you can access them through the NHS. So if you were to speak to your GP, they can refer you on as well. Okay. And what's their Instagram? LGBT _ wellbeing. Okay. Or healthy. We can put it on the information as well. Because I'm not good at remembering things like that. No, but that's good. Because I saw as well one of the charities that was, well, one of the businesses that was kind of helped by that was Nae Waste. Nae Waste. And I love that name. Pure Scottish. Nae Waste. Nae Waste. That's Teapot. Is it? Yes, Teapot's page. And I've seen their stuff in a shop in Glasgow. Is that right? Do they sell? No, Teapot's Christina. So it's basically her wardrobe that she's reselling on her Nae Waste page. There's something that I have seen. There's something, I'm going to have to look at that. There's something Nae Waste that I have seen in Glasgow. Maybe it was somebody talking about it. That's so, because you know, I'm obsessed. I've literally got RuPaul on my t-shirt right now. But if there is a drag night, you will find me there. God, you're always in Katie's bar, aren't you? I don't know about that. AX, the drag bingo. We need to go to the drag bingo. I mean, I would be up for drag bingo. Oh my God, I would probably get very stressed at having to. Yeah. Oh, that bit I can't cope with it. No. I had this absolutely incredible lesbian lady that was helping me, and I was like, I'm sure
there was other things that she wanted. But all I wanted was help with the bingo. And I was quite happy for her to sit with her arm around me, helping with me with the bingo.
Give me your hand.
It was. She was rather masculine, but I thought she was fabulous. She was giving it the pink hairstyle.
Love it.
Oh, she was bougie. But yeah, honestly, we need to do that. It's so good.
I'm up for that.
And we go quite a lot to riding rooms, don't we, darling? The riding rooms. That's where I used to do my burlesque as well in there.
Ooh.
It's very good. But yeah, it's just, I think, like Paul will say as well, with like the city centre, we only really go to the gay area because you feel safe. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And you know what Glasgow, I mean, Paul knows what Glasgow is like. And he's always like, this is why we do not come uptown. But when you're in the gay area, there's none of that.
No.
No.
You feel a lot safer.
Yeah.
There's certainly places that I would not go alone.
Exactly.
And there's certainly places that Jade and I would never link arms, for example.
Really?
And you would think that's really bad.
Stop it right now.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
There's still places like that.
It's so disgusting.
It
That
is.
makes me so mad.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking.
Awful.
But yeah, I think... I hope Jade doesn't mind me saying this. Jade doesn't like public displays of affection.
No,
for
we're,
that
not, we're
exact,
not really like that, are we, darling? No.
But she doesn't like it from a safety perspective because she doesn't know how people around her is going to react. And that's
God.
just a harsh reality.
It's horrid.
of it.
That's
Yeah.
horrid. Wake up, people. What is the problem?
Or when
Don't
we go on
understand.
holiday and get mistaken for sisters, which happens a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Is that your sister? I'm like, no, it's my wife.
Did that happen on your honeymoon?
Did it happen on the honeymoon? Yeah,
Stop
yeah.
it.
They thought they were friends. Oh yeah, are you here with your friend? And Jade and I, riddled with COVID as well. By the way, we're like, no, we're on our honeymoon. We're dying, but we're on our honeymoon.
Do you know what is the funniest thing? Me and Yam get mistaken for lesbians all the time. They literally think we're a couple.
Very pretty couple of lesbians.
You know what I mean? It's honestly, it's the funniest. I can't remember. We took her daughter to like a drama group or something, and she's always like, Nona, I want Nona to take me. I want Nona to take. So I took her to the thing, and she's like, all right. She's like, is her other mummy coming? And I was just like, yes, I'm Auntie Nona. And she was like, oh, right. You know, like, honestly, it happens all the time. And we're not even holding hands. Like,
Jade and I are doing it wrong then, clearly.
Exactly. Just need to cut about, like,
that's funny.
lip gloss it up, honey. And then they're like, definitely a pair of lesbians, them two. Honestly, that's so funny. How random is that? We're literally
Unicorn
pals.
lesbians.
Exactly.
Unicorn, you never
is that
find...
what it is?
Yeah, so if you have two femme lesbians that are very effeminate and very pretty.
Right.
Unicorn lesbians?
Oh.
Because it's a very rare occurrence.
Oh,
I like to
love
think
that.
that's Jade and I, but...
And she just called me pretty. I'm like, oh. That is... I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So what is the lip gloss thing then?
Oh, lipstick lesbian?
Is it lipstick lesbian?
Yeah,
Right.
it's... Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
The same?
Similar, yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's the
Unicorns,
old school.
yeah, unicorns
I'm
like
old.
the pair. The pair.
I love that. No, I'm definitely using that. Oh my God, love it. And on a completely random note, and I love how random this is, but what is the duck about? Where do ducks come from?
Oh, dear.
Why do you love ducks?
That's the
She's so
autism.
cute. Is it actually?
I think. Well, yes. Exploring through therapy, turns out I'm quite an obsessive person about
yeah.
things. I like certain things to the point where I obsess about it. So we talked about how I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just faffing with my pink
Yeah.
hair right now, darling, and I have a
Yeah.
pink car and I have a pink house and all the
Yeah.
rest of it.
So it turns out, but I've loved ducks since I was like a child.
Wow.
From going to the park and feeding the ducks to literally having ducks
Everywhere.
duck
That's so
earrings.
cute.
Yeah, to the point where in my teens it was quite scary.
Oh my gosh. But do you find now that like everyone buys you duck things?
Oh yeah.
Or do they?
Yeah.
So then it escalates it to another level.
And
but that's the
and
thing
I,
with...
and I love it and I
Yeah.
appreciate the gesture, But some of the stuff is tacky as
Is
fuck. Please do not give it to me.
I love that. Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
But that's the same with me, and this is a public announcement.
Yeah.
I don't want everything pink. Like, see, when you've got pink hair, people buy you pink clothes, and I'm like, there's a clash element. Yeah, you can't. There's certain pinks I cannot wear. Do you know? But people just buy me pink shit all the time.
Oh, and it's the tackiest
It's
pink shit a bit.
so annoying. It is the most annoying thing. I mean, I love a present. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but just fucking leave it alone.
Yeah. Agree with that.
So yeah, totally agreed. So lay off on the ducks.
Yeah.
Just
Stop tagging me in duck things, because then I feel obligated to buy duck things, even though I'm looking at it going, I really don't need this, and Jade will probably divorce me.
Oh no. Like, not another duck.
Exactly.
My God. That is so funny. But yeah, I think people need to. The thing is, as well, do you know, it's funny with gifts. Like, this is such a random thing to go on to. I am random. This podcast, again, I'll tell you, it was going to be called That's So Random, because I have a random life. But the thing with gifts, like, I will always say to people, I'm like, save your money. Do you know, as well, like, because there's a thing with gifts, isn't there? And you kind of get it and you're like, oh, and unless it's something that, you know, you need, or because we are very that kind of people. We want things that we really want.
And we get it ourselves.
Yeah, and we need it, because see, having just loads of bits of shit just takes up the room for more clothes.
Yeah.
So we just don't want exactly.
Or Pokemon.
Or Hello Kitty.
Or Lego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or leopard print things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just
We're complete opposites. Yeah. But very similar.
I just love that little tennis match there. That was like the random Wimbledon episode. Love that. Okay. So let's do a random fact. Random fact. Have you got a random fact?
I do. And guess what?
All right.
It's duck related.
Oh my God. I love it.
I feel like it had to be duck related.
It's too good. Oh my God. I'm so intrigued now.
Okay. So, did you know that ducklings communicate in the egg?
What?
They communicate in the egg, and then they all hatch together, and that's why you always see them huddled together, because they love their siblings so much.
No, that is the cutest thing. So they're in separate eggs.
But they communicate through the eggs. I know. So that's why you always see them like in little groups.
Oh
So
my
cute.
gosh. That is so cute.
They also have regional accents, just like us.
Do they actually?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's two random facts. Two in
facts.
one.
I'm here all day.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Do you know the funniest thing is what made me think of you? On Monday, I was on the high street and there was a duck on the high street. And I was just like, wasn't there? I was like, there was two ducks. And I was like, why?
I'm following you.
What the feck is happening? I was like, there's ducks. But weird things like that have happened, haven't they, recently? We've talked about things and then suddenly they've come up. But that's for the spooky episode.
Yeah, that's for the
I feel
spooky
like you need to
episode.
come back for Halloween.
Oh, yeah. I'm game for that.
We'll do a Halloween special and we will get Jade
Yeah.
on camera.
Oh, you'll need to bribe her.
I feel like me and Jade could do like a movie buff episode.
Oh, yeah. She would love
Do you know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I think we could get her in.
Yeah.
And we could just
Once she's done it
pretend.
once, she'll get obsessed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's it. But I mean, it's not even recording that. It's just there just for, you know, because I've got OCD and I need symmetry.
Yeah.
Just don't tell her. Just don't tell her.
She'll agree with that. She's very OCD.
Well, there you go.
All the jars face out the way.
Oh, I
if
love
I turn
that.
it round the wrong way, oh, it's a bad day
I
for
love
me.
that. Is the fridge all like organised? Yeah, that's me as well. He stresses me out with putting the marge on the wrong bit. I cannot cope with it. And then I do bloody organise the fridge, mate. You put the marge on the wrong
system you
bit.
don't know about.
I do.
I think the system's
I actually
called
do.
chaos.
It's not. It's bloody tidy. And then at the top, you know, you've got the light in the top of the fridge. I cannot stand it when he puts like, you know, like boxes with food in. Because I don't like next day food either. That's like
No.
another thing. I don't like doing that. And he puts it
The
there.
leftovers.
And it's like you open the fridge and it's dark. And I'm like, no, I can't see in the fridge.
Covering the light.
Hate it. Hate it. It's an ick. It's not even an ick. It's just an ag.
Ag.
That's what it is. It's an ick and an ag. Have you got an ick and an ag?
I probably got loads.
Yeah.
But when you put me on the spot, I'm thinking,
Well, it's
There's
probably
loads.
duck gifts, is it not? I think
Yeah.
we've kind of established that one.
yeah.
What makes you aggy? the pride washing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm very sensitive.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
Wet food.
Oh,
No.
okay.
My sock's been twisted. Oh,
No.
No.
And crusty. Can't stand it.
No.
Cannot stand
so
it.
I'm very sensitive. So certain textures and
I love that. And do you have any like tips or life hacks, like what, you know, if you speak to your younger self, like what would a tip be to something like, not, I never say we would do something differently, but what would be a tip? Just be like, well, try this, or
this is my new mantra actually that I've been using quite a lot recently.
okay.
There's no point getting anxious or upset. You can't control other people's behaviours, but you can control how you react to them.
I love that.
Yes. So that has been
I
my new
love
mantra
that.
of life.
Yeah.
Can't control what other people do, but I can control how it affects me.
How you react
and
to
how
it.
I react to it.
That's very deep.
Yeah. It's deep, but it's true.
I love that. Do you know, like, there's certain people I'm going to say that to that really need to put that into action. We shall not be named, for my own safety. And how can people find you on social media?
At Sadie's Vintage Gems.
On the gram.
On the gram. That's the only place where I am.
You don't do TikTok.
Don't do TikTok. I'm very much like Jade. Don't do social media, but I have Instagram. It's the only place.
I have TikTok and things like that. That's what I call it. But it's a lot, isn't it? Yeah. It's a lot just to do the gram. Like, come on.
I mean, I do try on
It's a
Vinted
break.
things.
Yeah.
Specific things will end up in Vinted.
Okay. What's your Vinted?
It's the same.
Is
Sadie's
it the
Vintage
same?
Gems, yeah. I'm
Awesome.
so original.
So honestly, it's branding.
Exactly.
I'm so high on branding.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
You see a duck logo? It's me.
You know who it is. Exactly. That's the calling card.
Yeah.
If you see a duck on the high street, she's in your mind, honey.
I think ducks follow me, I'm not gonna lie.
On-
And anytime I'm abroad, ducks.
That is
We
so
were in the
weird, isn't it?
Alps for a honeymoon. We were
Stop
in
it.
Munich, Neuschwanstein Castle. Came down from the castle, ducks.
No way.
In the middle of December, ducks.
Freezing ass cold.
Ducks.
That is the weirdest thing.
Duck whisperer here.
That is so weird. And as well, there's one thing I need to pull you up on here, because
Oh, no.
obviously you got married. It's very
did.
beautiful. It's very beautiful and all that. But I kind of really got my hopes up that I was going to be your Moira. And it didn't happen.
You are though.
Well, I am in their heart. But I feel like, and if you don't know what we're talking about, this is about Schitt's Creek.
I love Schitt's Creek.
If you haven't seen Schitt's Creek,
Yeah.
watch it. I watched the first episode and I was a bit like, stick with it.
Oh yeah.
It will make you laugh. It will make you cry. It is...
Also made me discover my sexuality.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop it
It
right
did.
now.
Schitt's Creek.
Right, you need to tell me more about that now. When was that?
During lockdown.
So hang
I
on.
I was with Jade. Jade and I together. Jade and I have been
Right.
together for 7 years, but I never actually labelled my sexuality.
Right.
So it was, I'm a bi, I'm a gay.
you weren't sure.
Then wasn't sure.
Uh-huh.
Then I met David.
David.
I love David.
I love David.
And that was
Schitt's
the-
Creek. He's so cute.
That was the moment, and it was when he has that conversation with Stevie, and it's a very
Uh-huh.
frank and beautiful conversation. It's not coming out per se. It's not saying, "Oh, this is what I am." It's just a frank conversation
Yeah.
about wine, and I love it.
Yeah.
And that's what he says. I'm into the wine, not the label.
Exactly.
And that's when it just clicked.
Wow.
So that's how I now identify as pansexual.
Right.
And that's
so cute.
how I came to discover during lockdown.
Wow. That is mad.
And I was already in a same-sex relationship. So at that point I was thinking, maybe bye.
I feel
I'm
like we
okay.
need to tag him in this and he needs to watch it, because I feel like he'd be loving that.
Oh, you would love that.
He would, wouldn't he?
Daniel
I feel like
Levy.
we're going to meet him.
I'd love to meet
I need him on this podcast. Can you imagine?
Jade wants to brush his dad's eyebrows.
Oh my God. I want to trim them.
Jade just wants to brush them.
God.
She loves them.
They're just so talented though, aren't
Yeah.
they? They are just so good. And I love when people like that get their art out there. It's so good. Honestly, that is our
Yep.
tip.
Watch Schitt's Creek.
Watch Schitt's Creek. It is so good. And look out for the future, because I will be dressed as Moira,
Yeah.
renewing your vows.
Yeah.
Big headdress, the whole.
Jade and I will be coming down to the song Simply the Best.
Yes. Yes. So I'm going to dress as Moira and I'm going to sing it
Yeah.
as well. So I'm going to like morph into like.
One of our wedding songs was actually in Schitt's Creek.
Oh my God.
Baby I'm Yours, Moira sings it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you know that though? Or did you realise that? Did you do it on purpose?
No.
Oh.
We love the song Baby I'm Yours
That
by
is
Barbara
crazy.
Lewis, and it was in Schitt's Creek.
That is so weird. My God, this has become a Schitt's Creek fan zone
I know,
now.
it has.
I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having
I
me.
feel like this has been such an enlightening episode for
Yeah.
everyone,
I
and
mean,
everyone can get something from this.
I'm like you, I can talk for days.
Exactly. We could carry on all day, but we're going to go do it. This is what I get sometimes. My voice goes. We're going to do a live.
Yes, we are. And we can talk some more.
See, that's why I need to get the arrows out of there before I do a live.
She'll do some voice warming before
I
we go
will,
live.
but I'll probably do that a million times throughout the live. So yeah, join us on Instagram,
Yeah.
darlings.
At some point.
At some point today, when we've had some sausage rolls, vegan, gluten free. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Love you.